Hi, and welcome to your next pb&J card class. I'm Jill Foster, and this week on the Penny Black blog, we'll be sharing cards that feature simple stamping. Today I'm using this Penny Black stamp called Sweet Surprise, and here's a look at the card I'll be creating. I'll begin by stamping our image using VersaFine black ink onto smooth white cardstock. Once stamped, I am heating this just to be sure that I don't get any smears as I'm coloring if my hand happens to rub across the cardstock. Now I'm ready to begin coloring, and I'm going to be using the Faber-Castell Art Grip colored pencils. To color her dress, I'm using 3 shades of green, and I'm starting with my lightest color, and I'm coloring very lightly to begin. Next, I'll take the medium green color and color right over top of that lighter green. I'm not going down quite as far as I did with the lighter green, not all the way to the bottom of the skirt. Now I'm taking the darkest of the 3 green colors and adding that up towards her waist. I'm going back with my very lightest green and coloring over the top of the entire skirt, and this very last time I go over the image, I'm pressing harder so that I get a more solid look. Now I'm just coloring in the stripes using the darker green. I'm ready to begin coloring her bags, so I'm starting with the lightest green again, and this first time that I color is the lightest pressure that I use. Now I'm taking the medium green and adding that along the side of the bag. And you can see here that I turned my paper, and I do that a lot as I color, just for the most comfortable position for my hand. Now I've grabbed the darkest green, and I'm adding that just along the very edge. I'm going back and blending that with the medium green color. And finally, I'll go over the entire thing with the lightest green with the hardest pressure that I've used. I love how this gives us the look almost of being colored with marker. There's just a couple other spots here. I'm adding some green down on her shoes. And I'm ready to begin coloring her purse. On her purse, I'm using 3 colors. The first is a golden yellow, the next will be an orange, and then the final color is a red orange. So now I'm going in with that orange color and adding that right over the top of the yellow. And finally, I'll take that red and just add it right down in the corner. And the last step I'm doing here is taking that lightest yellow and coloring over the whole thing. Now on the cake, I'm just adding a few details using the orange. And I'm adding here on the candle the lightest yellow and then the orange. And now I'm ready to color her hair. So I'm using the same yellow that I used on her purse. And then I'll also use the same red that I used on her purse to add some darker shading underneath or at the bottom of her hair, and just a little bit at the top. And I'm going back and blending that with the lightest yellow. I'm going back here and adding some color along the handle of her purse. And just a little bit here at the top of the bag, just to finish that off. Now to color her skin, I'm using a peach colored pencil. These are all from the Faber-Castell Art Grip line. And on these fashion girls, there's very little skin that you need to color, and I don't worry about doing a lot of shading on it. It's just not necessary for the small amount that there is. And that's one thing that's great about simple stamping. It's just simple. You don't have to spend a lot of time on your projects. I added some gray there to that cake, and then along beneath her foot to finish it off and ground the image, And then I like to add this finishing touch. This is just a light blue colored pencil, and I'm just adding a very light highlight or shading just around the left-hand side of the image. So sometimes I put it around the whole image, or sometimes I just put it on one side. But with simple stamping, this is a little touch that goes a long ways. And here's another look at that finished card. I've added an SRM sticker and some gems and layered it onto penny black mix and match cardstock. I also added to this a couple more cards to make a complete set. These were all colored with colored pencils. For details and more information, be sure to visit the Penny Black blog at www.pennyblackinc.com. Thanks for watching.